Okay, so our last question for the DAR lab manual is based on mother vertex. So you are given a directed graph and you have to write an algorithm and a program to find mother vertex in a graph. So what do you understand by a mother vertex? A mother vertex is a vertex B such that there exists a path from B to all other vertices of the graph. Okay. Now, in case there are more than one mother vertices in a graph, so you need to output only one of those. Okay. Now there are three cases, right? First case is when you have a undirected connected graph. So the graph is undirected but is connected in nature. So in this case, as undirected means there is no direction specified. So all the vertices are supposed to be mother vertices because you can traverse from all the vertices to each another vertex. Okay. So in that case, all the vertices are mother vertices. Okay. Now, second case is when the graph is undirected or a directed, but it is disconnected in nature. So, in case the graph is disconnected in nature, in that case, you can never find a mother vertex. Why? Because you won't be able to traverse to all the vertices of the graph. So, when the graph is disconnected, whether it be directed or undirected, right? So, there will be zero mother vertex in that graph. Okay. The third case, which is of our prime concern, is a directed and the graph nature is connected. So the graph is directed and connected both. So in this case, you have to find a vertex such that you can reach to all other nodes in the graph. Okay, through a directed path. Now, what is the normal approach? The brute force approach is that you are going to perform DFS or BFS on all the vertices, and you will find whether you can reach all the vertices from that vertex, right? So now this is very inefficient for large graphs and it is going to take big O B into B plus E, right? Because you're going to, because normally a DFS or BFS takes B plus E time, okay? But now you're going to find it for each and every vertex, right? So B gets multiplied there, so that is the reason the time complexity is so much higher here, and it will be very inefficient for bigger graphs. So you have a better approach is based on Kusaraju's strongly connected component algorithm. So you can study more about this algorithm. Okay, now in this case when you're going to find a mother vertex, you will be able to find it in big O V plus E time. Okay, now, in a graph of strongly connected components, mother vertex are always vertices of source component in the component graph. So, if there exists a mother vertex or vertices, then one of the mother vertices is the last finished vertex in DFS, or a mother vertex will have the maximum finish time in DFS traversal. Now, there are certain terms that whenever you study DFS traversal in a tree or a graph, mostly in a graph, you should know what you understand by the finishing time of a particular vertex. A vertex is said to be finished in DFS if a recursive call for its DFS is over. That is, all descendants of the vertex have been finished. Right now, for example, look at this figure. The first and second figures are what are the mother vertex here, right? In the first figure, mother vertex is 5. Why? Because you are able to reach from 5 to all the vertices. Okay, for example, you can go to 560, right? You can go to 1 by 5601, right? You can reach 2 by 52. You can reach 3 by 56013. You can reach 4 by 564 and 56 as well. So you are able to reach all the vertices in the graph. So 5 is your mother vertex. Now similarly here, mother vertices are 0, 1 and 2. How? You are able to reach from 0 to 3, 4, 1, right? 2, and similarly goes for 1 and 2. So there are more than one mother vertices in this graph. Here you had only one. So this is what we understand by the concept of mother vertex. Now the second concept that I was telling you was the finishing time thing. Okay, now in this graph you are going to find two things, right? First is the DFS thing, the discovery order, right? And the second is the finishing order, right? The discovery order is when you start from 0 as source vertex, right? So you go from 0, then you traverse its adjacent vertices. So for example, you go to 2, right? So 2 is coming here. Then after 2 you're going to traverse its adjacent, right? So you go to 1. then you backtrack, then you go to 5, okay, then you backtrack, then you go to 3, then 4, then 6. So this is the discovery order. But what is the finishing order? Finishing order will be entirely different. Finishing order is said to be what? When all the descendants of that particular vertex have been visited. Okay, so in this example, when you go to from 0 to 2 and then 2 to 1, now 1 doesn't have any adjacent vertices, right? So this is going to have the least finishing time. Okay, so ये पहले खत्म होगा, so this is the reason it's coming first here. After that you backtrack and you to 5 has no descendants, so 5 is the second one. Then you come to 2, so all the descendants of 2 have been traversed, so that is the reason 2 is third here. Then you go to then you backtrack, then you go to 3, then 4, then 6. Now 6 has no descendants, so 6 is here. Then you backtrack, then 4 okay, descendants of 4 have been traversed, so 4 comes here. Then 3, 4 and 6 are traveled, 4 is traversed, right? So 3 comes here, and the last is this one, which is okay. So last 0 is going to be the last finishing order will be of 0. So 0 is the mother vertex here. Why? Because you are able to reach from 0 to all the vertices, right? So our concept is a mother vertex will be the one which will have the finishing order as the, like, which will place itself as last in the finishing order. Okay, so this is the concept behind our algorithm. So our algorithm says that let us suppose the last finished vertex is V. So let us suppose that we are going to actually do certain assumptions here. Let us suppose that the last finishing vertex in V, and suppose it's our mother vertex. Okay, so first of all, you're going to do the DFS traversal of the entire graph. Okay, and at that point of time, you're going to keep track of the last finished vertex. Okay, so this step is going to take order of V plus E because you are going to perform DFS traversal here. Okay, now after that, if there exists a mother vertex or vertices, then V must be one of them, right? At that point of time, you're going to check whether it is a mother vertex or not by doing DFS again from that V. So this step will also take order of V plus E time, but only for this particular vertex you're going to perform, not for all the vertices. Okay, and how are you going to find this particular vertex? You have kept track of the last finished vertex, which is V. Now what is our code? Let's come to the code. In the code we have actually used a class based approach here, so it will be a different code as we did in, okay, so this is a driver code. Driver code consists of a function which is graph. Now after this, what is going to happen after this line? You're actually passing 7 vertices here. Okay, so we have made a class here, class graph. The class consists of 2 components, right? 2 members. First is V, which is number of vertices here. Second here is list. Now list here actually is representing our adjacency list. Instead of this, we have usually used vector or we have used many different types of representations in our previous graphs, but I personally feel that you should know this one as well. So here list is a different header file which is used in C++. Like, it is a different header file which is present with us. So this header file is going to provide us different functions. So here it is a doubly linked list, and this thing is a pointer to an array consisting of adjacency list. Okay, so now we have certain functions here. We have a DFS util function here which consists of the vertex as well as the visited vector. Okay, so this will consist of this will be a boolean vector in nature, and it is going to keep track of the visited or unvisited nature of each vertex. Now in publicly we have certain functions here, member functions. First is a constructor, right, because it goes by the same name as the name of the class, but it is a parameterized constructor, so V is going to get passed here. So the moment you have passed graph G7 here, so this thing is going to get replaced by 7. Apart from that, you have a function which is void in nature, and it's an add edge function, and I think you're able to understand it, that this function is going to perform adding of the vertices into the adjacency list. Okay, and then you also have a find mother function, because this is the whole point of doing our code here, right? So the returning nature will be int. Why? Because we have to return that particular vertex. Okay, now the first function which was called here is this is the body of the function. Now vertex gets called here, and then for this particular vertex you are going to create a new adjacency list. So for each vertex you are going to prepare a new adjacency list here using what? List here. Okay, after that you have called the, so using the object that we made, G was the object, we called this add edge function of this class graph, right? And add edge is going to connect all these vertices and keep the record in the adjacency list, right? So what is going to happen in add edge function? Let's see it. Add edge function consists of two parameters. This is the starting vertex and this is the ending vertex. Because we are using a directed graph here, so this is the reason we are using only this particular line. Okay, so what is this line going to do? You are going to add this W vertex into the adjacency list of V. Okay, now after that we have called the find mother function using the object G. So what is our find mother function doing? Okay, find mother function is going to keep track first of all of the visited or unvisited nature, right? So what have we done, that our visited bool vector is initially initialized to false, so all the vertices are initialized as false there. Now because we have to find our last finished vertex or the mother vertex, we have taken a variable b here, and then we are going to perform a DFS traversal, okay, to find the last finished vertex. For that we have iterated through the entire range of v, and we have checked whether a particular vertex is visited or not. So if its status is false, then we are going to call a DFS util function using that I, that vertex and our a vector array, right? Visited vector array. And also, okay, first of all we have to call this thing. So DFS, we are going to jump to the DFS util function. DFS util function will consist of v, right? We have called okay, it is going to consist of vertex as well as our visited vector. Okay, so the moment you are going to enter in the in this function with this vertex, you are going to mark its status as true because you have visited that current node, and after that you are going to iterate the entire adjacency list of that particular vertex using our iterator I that we have created here for this list. Okay, so now I is going to start iterating over the entire range of the adjacency list of that particular v that we have passed here. Okay, and if in case we are able to find any node in that, any descendant which is not visited, so then we are going to again recursively call a DFS util function with that particular vertex and our visited vector. Okay, so this loop is going to keep iterating. Okay, and after this loop gets finished, we are going to get our last finishing vertex. Okay, and that will be as I, because don't forget that this thing is getting iterated for the entire loop. Okay, so the last finishing vertex is going to get stored in v. Okay, for that purpose only we have taken this variable v. Okay, now our logic is that if there exists any other vertex, then v should be most of them, right? Why? Because in this example the mother vertex was having the finishing order as last. Okay, now you're going to again check that. You're going to do a DFS traversal from the vertex that you got here, right, to check whether it is a mother vertex or not. So if it is a mother vertex, then all the vertices should be you should be able to traverse to all the vertices from that particular mother vertex. Okay, so first of all you're going to use the fill function to mark your visited array as false again. Why? Because we have already performed a DFS once, and after doing that DFS our visited array must have been marked true. Okay, so we have to actually reset it to false, and then we have to call our DFS util function, but this time with that particular vertex that we have got here. Okay, and our visited array. So whatever it is going to return, okay, we are going to call your DFS util function. It is going to traverse everything, and then for that point of time you're going to check again what your visited array. So if the visited array, in case इफ इट हैपन्स, अगर ऐसा होता है कि तब भी उस विजिटेड एरिया में ऐसी कोई नोड है जिसकी स्टेटस फॉल्स है, तो इसका मतलब आपको मदर वर्टेक्स जो आपने सोचा था, जो आपको मिला है, वो है ही नहीं, राइट? क्योंकि वहाँ पे सारे नोड्स आप ट्रैवर्स नहीं कर पाए, तो उस केस में आप रिटर्न कर दोगे -1. बट इन केस इफ दिस थिंग डजेंट हैपन, देन यू आर गोइंग टू रिटर्न योर vertex as vy because you have successfully found your mother vertex. So this is the main logic behind finding a mother vertex, and the output would be 5 for this particular example actually. Okay. There is yet one more another way to find the mother vertex. You can do a topological sorting of the graph, and because in topological sorting also we actually sort the graph using the finishing order only. So the idea is that the first vertex that you're going to get in your topological sorting, I mean you're going to use stack there, okay? So the first vertex at the top of the stack that you're going to get, that will be your mother vertex. So even that concept can be used for solving such type of questions. So I hope you understood the crux of this question. So thank you.